a nigga Negro come by to say hi, 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 hi. You look so grown up. I'm on the plane so much. Said I miss you so much.
Hey, what's up? I'm Exos. I think I've always been a musician, like from early ages, and then I didn't start singing until like 9. So when it finally started to hit, when like my choir started to pay attention in church and things like that, I fused everything together. So, that is gospel, 90s R&B, and Motown kind of in a bag, shaken up. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of what has shaped my sound, I think. But it's weird, like there are still things every day that I'm learning now that I'm producing. And I think also in terms of experimentation, there's so many cool new artists out there and bands that are just doing all kinds of crazy shit with their productions, and it's been cool to kind of start to collab with folks that are a little bit outside of the R&B realm. One of the reasons why I lean there is like the way that love songs were written in that era. I mean, I go like from 90s R&B, right, to like Motown, like, which is 40 years earlier, 35 years earlier. And I think like the way that love songs were written then, and the way, like, there's this meme, like if the love isn't this, if the love isn't like a 90s R&B song, I don't want it. So Broad Beans is a very kind of front porch swing song, and I came up with that song pretty quickly. Like I heard it probably for 10 or 15 seconds, and I have this vivid memory of this. I don't know if you had something like this too. It was a colander, like a plastic colander that my grandmother had. That was like orangey yellow. I don't know what color that was. And everybody had it on their countertop, usually next to their stove. I don't know why, but every time I go to my grandma's house, I would have to shell peas. So she'd like sit down here and talk to me, but shell these peas, and she'd shove a bowl at me and I would shell these peas into this colander. Like, like snow peas where you'd have to take off both sides. And my grandma's friends would come around and they would just talk their shit, gossiping, church gossip, all the stuff. And like, I just have all these memories of coming up as a kid and, learning how to play gin rummy and like learning how to play dominoes and like just by watching like the adults around me. 'Cause I was really little. Like I was probably like 5 or 6, I think. I guess not really little, but little. So when that song came around, I just started to think back to that. And my homie Kiel was here. I say here because our studio is that way, in my house. And yeah, we were just talking, and he came up in like Bay Area, and kind of the same experience. And it was just this unifying thing that we made together. And then, when the video hit, it kind of brought it all together. When I was editing and creating that video, that's when it really kind of started to make sense.
Before I met you and mixed greens and seeds for the birds to eat. Leave me just to let me know.
I think just the connectedness of all of us, and how we are, especially in the diaspora, we are so alike when you compare cultures. And even if you don't compare, when you line them up, we are more alike than we are different, which I think is a Maya Angelou quote, or maybe 24%. I think it's Maya Angelou, because that's usually the person I quote. But yeah, we are more alike than different. Yeah, that's from a poem called Family. It's called Family, actually. So yeah, I mean, all of that is in the mix for sure. And I just think like music is supposed to do that. Like the rhythm of a drum is in our spirit, and that could be, you could hear it in a car and feel it, and like you always see it, like people start to like toe tap or their shoulders start to move, and that's because it's in us. So I kind of see music as a very spiritual thing. So on the real, if you really want to reach me, I'm on IG, I'm on Instagram at Exos. There are like other platforms, but IG is really the best place to get at me. And then in terms of listening, I'm everywhere: Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Angami, JioSavan, like just all over the world. They're streaming, and if we forgot one, then DM us and tell us where you want to hear. But as far as I know, the labeler is doing it to get it everywhere. Hi, my name is Exos, and you've just been buzzed.